Hi folks, welcome back to the newly renovated shit show. When I mean renovated, I mean we're not working on a Buick. That's where the shit show has been for a while. We're done with that. We've got a new project here that we need to get on ASAP. I mean right away, because we only have 3 months to make this thing drivable all the way to Tucson. That's right. Me and Dalton and Buff and Jim and Steve and all of the YouTubers that you know that do the poverty tour and other things, we're going back. And you might be thinking, Jay, how bad could it be? You know, which car are you taking? You taking the Cutlass? You taking the Javelin? You take what are you taking? No. We're taking Kayla, our 1978 Camaro Z28 that has been sitting since about 07 or 08. And I thought it was going to be an easy build for something that we could just run to the track or run to a dirt track or, you know, just do massive burnouts with it. We got Zeppy's motor in it. I'll go through that. But no, I found out that this thing has some real issues that we're going to have to work out to make this thing able to drive on the street safely. We'll say safely. So let's just cut the bullshit and let's just get to it. I'll show you what we're going to start off doing and we'll go from there. Okay? Zeppy's inside somewhere. I don't know. This is my only day off. This is going to suck to do. Probably one of the worst I've ever encountered. Even worse than him. And that's saying something. Let's get to it. First off, let's start with the good. The air shocks hold air. That's an automatic. Awesome. That's awesome. Look at the stance of this car with the air shocks up. Underneath there, she has a 9-inch 31 spline full spool 410 gear with frame connectors. You can kind of see them up underneath there. And of course the awesome slapper bars that are permanently washered to the frame. You heard me right. Yeah, I guess they weren't getting enough grab, but I do have the rubber ones and we probably will put those back on. Up front we have Zeppelins. That's right, 10-year-old built this motor. This is a Vortec 350 880 block. Does not have the provision for the mechanical fuel pump. I didn't want to try to drill that out, so we're just going to set this thing up with a fuel system that runs electric fuel pumps. So get that right out of the way right now. This thing runs fantastic. It's got the Summit cam in it. I can't remember the number right now off my head, but I'm sure we'll get to that. Headers are already rusty because it's been sitting out in the weather of all the rain we've had, and honestly I could tarp it, but I did tarp it, and look what happens when I tarped it. Yeah, took the paint off. Ain't that great? Oh well. Natural tarped patina. Had to use the key to get into the trunk. Big hole there and a big hole over there. A little bit of a mouse nest left, but the trunk is solid enough that we're going to be able to haul stuff in here. I will replace this. So this, I'm just going to take clear tape. I'm not messing with it. These things are expensive. Not dealing with it. And you can see there she is a Z28. But enough about this. I have worse problems to take care of. But let me remind you about this car. I bought this car from my mechanic for my semi. He had it for years and years, and the guy before him had it years and years. They did a massive burnout with it, took the motor out and abandoned it, basically. This car has a tribute sticker for Kayla Marie McIntosh. She was from Mattoon, Illinois. She was 18. Unfortunately, tragically died in a car accident. And if you look back in the videos, Aiden looked it up, and she loved old Chevelles and old cars. The guy that I got this from, he and his family knew her. I have many friends now that have told me over time they knew her and she was a fantastic person. So we named this car Kayla after her. and we are going to get this, my glass guys come in and put this glass in, and somehow we're going to get this so it cannot get damaged at all. So that is the history behind the car so far. Let's get to more wrongs. This thing is full of everything you could imagine that mouse could shit out of their ass. And there's a big hole right here. This floor is gone. I don't even have to take the rest of the carpet up to know it. The front floors are almost gone here. That floor, that is a piece of something, I don't know, maybe off of a wash machine, something like that. And that floor is gone, and there's holes back there. This seat is shot, but I think we can fix that well enough to where it'll be manageable. This car is a 4-speed with the Borg-Warner Super T10, and it works. I drive it around the yard just to test it. Also got to get all this off because we got to change the door locks. We got to get the dash. Look at the nasty. Look at that. That is nasty with the capital fucking N. I've never seen one doing that bad. It's the whole dash. But you can see this is up, and I may have a way that we can possibly maybe fix that well enough that we don't have to replace it, but we got to get this shit off of there. That's nasty. Might heat that up, see if we can't bend it over and glue it. Here is those stoppers I was telling you about. Those are the ones that go on those slapper bars. And here is the bottom dash that has all your heat and AC controls, ashtray. I never have opened this. Oh yeah, that's in pretty good shape actually. Don't look like it smoked in a lot. But the front seat on this side is good. The back seat is perfect. So we got to take care of it. That's why I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I may just try some things. We'll get to that some other time. Now, here's another problem. So I replaced these door hinges, but they are not set in stone, so the door is kind of off. Actually, the door is good. Yeah, this side will not open the door. You can try, but it won't. I do have a new handle, came with the car. This does not like to stay up. It just locks. You just barely have to touch it and it locks, so that's a problem. Now, let's get this open. So, whoever set this thing up to race, because that's what they were doing, instead of just replacing the key, the tumbler and stuff, no, they took it all apart and they ripped this out. So, this is your ignition. So, I have to take all this apart, and we're going to try to set this thing back up. It just so happens I have all new ignition for that Trans Am right there that will work in this car. Yeah. And wiring nightmare. Can't wait to get to that. I actually kind of like wiring, but you know, I'm a weirdo. But you can see this is totally put in there professionally. I'm not sure what this is, but it's one hell of a hole. But we're not going to be putting a whole new floor in this. We'll probably reuse this, just put it in there better so it's safer. And you know, this interior shit, it needs, you know, new ones of these, but these son of bitches are expensive too. So I'll probably just try to get an insert regardless of the color, and we'll stick that in there, or we'll just take this thing out completely and I'll just put something in here in its place, because it don't necessarily have to be there. Gonna need all new carpet. The floors are shot, so we're gonna go ahead and put new carpet in it. Probably just black carpet. I'm not, you know, whatever the hell's the cheapest is what's going in here. But this is all falling off. I don't know why, but we're gonna find out, I guess. But first things first, y'all. I know she'll run good. I know she'll move good. Couple problems here. 410 gear, full spool. That ain't gonna cut it driving all the way across the country. Okay, so my buddy Tony has one, a third member for this that's open. It's an open diff, but it's like a 320, somewhere around there. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll have it a little bit. We'll lose some of the torque and stuff, but We're just going to have fun, and I just want to be able to drive across the country safely and efficiently. And we ain't gonna be able to do that before 10 gears. Me and Zeppelin have to be wearing freaking earplugs and everything else, because it'll be loud. This motor rocks. It's pretty badass. Anyway, first things first on this, guys. We got to get the seats out. We got to get all that nasty carpet out, assess where the floors are. And I know I'm rambling and I shouldn't be just yakking this whole time. We should just get to work. But I thought y'all should see how big of a job this is going to be in 3 months. And the fact that I'm doing it means you can do it, because I still work. I work every day in my semi, every single day, sometimes on the weekends. So if I can do this, you can do this. Everybody can do this. I don't have a shop. I do not have a shop. If you're new here, I do everything right where Kayla is sitting, or right over there. That's where I built the Buick that just did 3,600 miles? Yeah. That is not a shop. That is a woodshed, just big enough for me to put tools in and a few other things. Anybody who's been to my house knows this is not very big. But anyway, guys, let's get to this. I'm going to start ripping the seats out. We'll get all the interior out of this thing. Here we go. Oh boy. I think there's only 2 bolts holding that in there. There's our seat. She's nasty, but I think she's fixable. All right, so what do we got in here? This needs to come out. Woo! That thing's nasty too. It's all beat to shit, but I possibly might be able to get that. Oh, good. Wolf spider. I might be able to fix that with something. And we just put an insert in it. Oh boy. Still got a lot of the factory. Oh, great. Ants. Lots and lots of them. That's great. Ew. Gross. It's rusted. Oh yeah, she's bad. So here's where we are so far. All the carpet's out and all the, I was trying to not ruin that stuff, but they were infested. So these things are going up under here, so I'm gonna have to take these off too. Might as well, while we're in here, clean out in there, because I got holes right there. And there's one on this side too. But we need to clean out all these ants. May throw a bomb in here overnight or something. Maybe one of them little ant things and kill them all. We don't need that, but yeah, here's the remnants. We need to vacuum this thing out. You always grab the change and look at it. Don't just suck it up in the vacuum. But just got that spot back there. There is no rust hole there. It's just, you know, needs treated. But same thing as over there. This floor is gone and this floor is gone, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. Looks like the only really bad one is right there, and I can fix that over there too. I'll show you. So it's typical places. Cowl leaked, the windshield leaked, got down into here and just flooded her out, and it's garbage. So I'm gonna cut out that section just right there, and that's it. Just because that's gonna fall. I don't need it falling. Back here it's pretty shot too. It looks like mostly this side. Oh, that's a lug nut for that rear end. I need that. But yeah, we're gonna fix this. It won't be perfect, but it'll be exceptionally trashy, and it'll work just like everything else does when you just half-ass it to the best of your ability. Oh, look at there, I need that. Those things are getting expensive. Now I got hantavirus. There's the overall assessment. It's not as bad as I thought. It's bad, but it's fixable. The only thing we haven't done is pull this off. And that's it. In the rust. Yep. What do we got? Oh! That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. That's that would be why it's so loud in the car. I mean, that's yeah. Oh boy, this one we got work to do, but frame's a little spotty. The mount under there is good. Got lock nuts. But those are fun to get out. But this ain't bad. We can work with this. I've seen worse, believe it or not, because Artemis did not have a floor in it. That is, what is that? Is it parking brake? Yeah, we'll surely use that. Brake lines. Oh, might as well pull that off. Anybody want a souvenir? Cost you about $3.50. Let me vacuum the rest of this a little bit out, and then we'll start thinking about how we want to fix it, but we're not starting on that yet. With everything out of the way in here, I want to get to everything that you can't if everything's in here. That's the dash, that's those side pieces there, because I already got a fix for this. One broken bolt, two broken bolt. There's one right there, and the same one, or the opposite on that side is broke. So we'll have to drill those out. But there's the subframe connector right there. At least we got that under there for stability. Alright, let me vacuum and we'll get back to it. We'll see what we can do about this dash and these doors. Okay, cleaned up. That thing is working overtime. That's my bad one. It really sucks to use, but I don't want to use my new one that Aiden got me for Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take the wheel off, see if we can't work out something with this. I'm not exactly sure what they did. I think they just took everything loose, because when you go to reverse, well, there it is. See, it still moves. So that part is still hooked up. But we got to get this back in here, and that might be, I think them two bolts. I think there's two bolts in there. I can't remember. I ain't had one apart in a while. The other thing we need to do is figure out why this thing's popping off. It needs to go back. See how far it comes out? I need that to be tight. And oh. Okay, so I'm gonna get the super clean out, and I'm dousing this son of a bitch all over, and we're gonna get that dash cleaned up before I go any further. Understood? Good. By the way, make sure you like, subscribe. We got merch. We got just about everything you could ever want in merch, actually, at the Printify store. Oh yeah, I mean, I think we got a Cash App too. It'll be down in the description. Yeah, eat that, you stinky, sticky GM bastard. Nasty. I don't even care. It can get anywhere it wants. I mean, that shit is gross. Extremely gross. Nothing's gonna get hurt any more than it already is, so we're good. Alright. And we saturation from our friends at Super Clean. The best cleaner ever. I use it to clean everything. This is the foaming spray. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I'm just gonna douse. I don't care if I use a whole goddamn can on this thing. We are making sure all this crap is gone. There you go. You just keep spraying. Ha-ha! Alright. Let that soak for a minute. Oh, I missed a spot. Missed a spot. Uh-huh. Yeah. By the way, don't breathe this shit in. It works really good, but it hurts. So then, got her good and sprayed. I'm just gonna take this brush and get as much of it as, look at that shit. Super Clean is taking that shit right off there. Hopefully, it'll come completely clean. That would be fantastic. Look at how nasty that is. Am I going to spray this down with water after? Most likely. Get it good and clean. Let's just scrub this one little spot here. And I can show you. And we'll test it and see if it did a good job. Okay. So that's a light scrubbing, we'll call it. Look at that. Look at that. That is coming clean. It is no longer sticky. It's going to take a couple times, but I can feel the stick in it. So I'm just going to spray her down, and I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up, guys. I'll be back with you in a little bit. We'll check it out. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jay, you really aren't going to do that, are you? Yeah, I am. Did you see that? See how nasty that was? Ain't nothing I'm going to do is going to hurt this car. Look at that silver, all that shit's coming right off, which is unfortunate, but I don't care. I gotta take this all apart anyway, guys, but I just want to see how or what way I'm gonna fix it. And right now, this thing's cleaning up. Look at that. You remember what that looked like? Yeah, that's what it looked like. I got to get in here and I'm going to spray out this entire floor anyway. So it'll dry out. We've had a lot of rain around here, but all the silver came right off. So unfortunately, Super Clean takes that off. But guess what? I can take that off and just spray paint it. Not a big deal. But this thing was leaky and nasty. Anyway, look at that. Look at that. Compared to what it was, this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I missed a spot right there. See it? You can see where it's still. Wow. Alright. So I'm going to come in here and clean this all up anyway, and I'm doing it just like this. But that is so much better. Now it don't feel so nasty in here. My hands are still sticky. Get that, and I've just been taking the scrub brush like that with the Super Clean. I didn't do this side yet. Yeah, I gotta take that off. I'm surprised I actually have one more of these, and there's a guy south of me has a bunch of them. I'm gonna go grab them, so I'm missing the one for that side. Anyway, let's just plan on getting this, and then I'll get the steering wheel stuff, and we'll go from there. I'm just trying. There's a lot to do here. But first of all, we got to make it livable, because damn, she's nasty. You clean her up, make her halfway presentable on the inside, you know what I mean? And then we'll get this dash figured out. I think I can get that heated and push it down and glue it back down to where it's supposed to be. But yeah, that's it. Look at that. How nasty that was. Good Lord. And once she dries up good, we'll be good to go. I'm going to spray all this out, let her dry good. But yeah. Alright, let me let her sit for a little bit. I'm going to go walk into the air conditioning because it is hot as balls out here. So I'll talk to you after a bit. Well, it's drying. Still got another scrubbing to do on it, but it's fine. I want to take this off. This is a problem. Yeah, that doesn't, that ain't gonna come off. I'm gonna have to cut that off of there. It is screwed, and then I noticed this too. It's coming completely apart. We may have a problem here. Not good. No, not good at all. Let me see what I can come up with here. I'm gonna have to rebuild this whole damn column, by the way. This is for a stick shift car. That'll be fun to find. It's not very friendly. I'm trying to just break it off of there. Without hitting the threads. Ow. Aha. Gotcha. Oh yeah. It's the actual end. That's great. So I can't find my steering wheel puller. Used it on the Buick and I don't know where it is, so I finagled my harmonic balancer puller. Just a couple bolts, drove them in there, cross-threaded them, that way they won't come out. But you know, I'll never be able to use this thing ever again unless I just weld the wheel on, but I really don't want to do that either. Gotcha. It's one of them things where you just don't care if you ruined it or not. And now I lost my wrench and socket. How did it fall somewhere? Like it did. It fell right through the goddamn rust hole. Junk. Ooh, I don't even want to look. Junk. Oh, this is spectacular. Oh yeah, that's completely fucking shot. I think I'm on the lookout for a damn steering column. we're gonna have to find a column. And whenever they did this, they royally screwed it up. Like, holy shit, screwed it up. I really don't want to put a column in here. What if we just put, well, I don't have a choice. Duh. Yeah, wow. Ow, son of a bitch. But this is toast. We'll put that on the fucking list. Well, looks like it might actually sprinkle today. I found another. I'm just gonna have to change the whole thing. That is shot. All this is shot. I don't know who pulled that apart, but you know, with these shifters down here, these are all the same. I was worried about that, but they're all the same hookup. The one I found has a key. I just kind of got a message to them. If not, there's some more on Marketplace. Unfortunately, this dash, I believe, is kind of mostly, for the most part, screwed. The piece that sits on the metal back here is broke off. I mean, we could leave it alone and I could heat that up and bend it down. So that's not super important. I may take this out, get up in there and check a little closer. I am going to try to use the original gauges. I'm going to try like hell to. But, well, with that, and knowing what we got to do with the dash, I suppose we'll start figuring out these floors. I got to drill out these holes, or I'll drill them out and we'll just use a bolt if we have to, for the seats. But got to get all this in here straightened out. I ain't worried about that. Do need to take all this off so we can get in there to that door handle, because that's starting to be a pain in my ass. And we'll get all the panels off and clean out behind them, because I don't need any of that shit staying. Yeah, that's about the only thing I can do is get the windshield out, and I'll pop a damn self tapper right through that dash, right through there, and just be done with it. And then it's solid. It's broke right here. That side has come off, but it's getting there. But I'll probably do a little more cleaning. Oh, what do we got? So they aren't gonna budge at all. Well, that's too bad. Yep, they ain't gonna budge. So we'll have to wait. So while I've been pondering this, I come out around here and I'm just thinking that I should have taken this air box out before I stuck the motor in there. How in the hell I missed that header sitting against it, I have no idea. Maybe I was just happy to have the motor in. So that needs to come out. This is going to be fun. The floor thing I got figured out. But I think the steering column I got figured out. We just got to worry about fixing holes. So I'm going to take Zeppelin. I think he's going to go run with me, and I'm going to go get some sheet metal for the floors. And hopefully, maybe not. We might have to pull the motor and trans back out for a minute. God, I hope not. I don't want to have to do that, but that'd make it a whole lot easier getting that thing out of there. But let me think a little bit on it, and I'll go get some metal for the floors.
Well,
y'all ain't gonna believe this, but this sumbitch come right out. Like literally come right out. This is all air conditioning and heating shit we don't need. but I was able to save the box. Oh, get me a 3/8 over there, bud, I think. You get this thing off. Well, that ain't right. What is it then? Is it 7/16? I think 7/16 either. I bet it's 10. Are you serious? Come on, Chevy. Really? And that and that. And this is all my crap. Fuel. Is this gonna come out? Gee, there's a perfectly good, uncracked HVAC setup. We want to hold on to that because you never know. It takes the same one. So parts out of that will work in there. There ain't no mouse nests. That's kind of cool. And we got that screw we got to take out. This screw. Oh, there is a brake. Dang it.
So what just happened?
Well, had a long nut, this here right here, that holds on part of that HVAC on the inside. And then you just got these two, and then we just have these four. Now 1, 2, just the two. It's just the two. Just take these two out, and that should fall out from inside. Should fall out from the inside. That's annoying. Ridiculously bad, but I think I got one more. Where's that coming to? Is there another nut right there? Bolt. Yep. Right there. And that should be it. Now my hand's caught. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. I can tell you exactly how not to do this. Break the dash. Don't give a shit about the heater core. What are we still caught on? That. We're gonna end up cutting all this shit out anyway. Useless. Why ain't you coming out? I can't see nothing. Gotcha. What do we got here? More frickin' vacuum lines. And there we have it. that is the simple way to take one of these out. How's my hair? You good? Yeah. You know, I'm kind of a professional. But I don't have 25 people around me doing all this. It's just me and Zeppy. Anyway. Yep. Yeah. Whoops. Might have broke it. Don't know. How do we look now? Oh yeah. Clear as a bell. That's a lot of room for activity, man. We'll get that sucker cleaned out of there. We'll get all this extra crap out of there. Did accidentally ruin this, but hey, we'll
fix it.
Yep. It goes right in there somehow, like that. But we'll get that. That's not a big deal. It's just a piece of cardboard. Oh, I'd say that, and it's probably like $5,000 for that one piece. But that's cool. Now that's out of the way. Let's see what it looks like up here. Oh yeah. Now we got room for all the ignition boxes and all the crap that we're gonna. No.
I know what could fit here.
Yeah.
Big turbo with the.
Oh yeah, I guess we do kind of got room for turbo now, don't we? Maybe one day it might be fun. The only thing we'll have to do here is clean up all our holes. We'll just pack that sucker down, or try to bend that, or just put some metal over it and some sealant, and cut that edge out of there. But this makes this a whole lot easier to get down here into this engine. God, I wish I'd have thought of that before I did that. Thank God I didn't have to take the motor back out.
No.
That would have sucked. Anyway, we got to get some metal. It's time to stop horse-assing around, as my dad used to say. Stop with the grab-assing and get to work. So we got to get the stuff that we need to be able to get to work. So we'll do that now. Okay, I got some other shit that I have to get done. Again, I'm working. This ain't just me playing with cars and getting paid for it. I really don't get paid a lot to do this. This is just for fun for me and Zeppy and for you. So I'm gonna have to get my ass inside and do some paperwork for work. It's something I've been neglecting, let's just say. I'll probably go get the metal, and then over the week at night, it's gonna be a lot of night stuff. We'll get that all down on there, and we'll get some sound deadener / heat, something or other. Little things at a time is how this video is gonna go, because I'm really busy in other things, work especially. So next time you see me, we'll have all the metal, and we'll be ready to lay that stuff down in there, and then maybe throw some sound deadening on top of it, and then we'll get to some other things, fill in the hole for the HVAC, stuff like that. But I'll be back just like this. Hey, welcome back. Happy July 4th, everybody. It is the 250th anniversary of this wonderful ass country we call the United States. It is also the hottest country in the world. It has to be, because I am sweating my ass off right now. Haven't been able to do much with the car, but what I did want to do, I kind of got done off camera because it was so hot, and this camera, I'm in my garage right now and I got the air conditioner on, and it's still kind of warm in here. Every time I went outside and tried to film, it would just, she would overheat. My camera did not like it. Matter of fact, I can't even bring my phone outside. It wants to overheat. I thought about filming with it. But, I mean, we're all experiencing it. It's nothing new. Happens every year. No big deal. But Kayla now has a working door that doesn't slam into, you know, the window doesn't slam. I adjusted it. Got the floors, you saw that. I grabbed a few things that I have here somewhere in this shithole mess that we are going to treat the floors with, the rust parts anyway. We're going to try it, and then I did get me some corrugated steel is what I use because it's cheap. It works. It's in a lot of my cars. It's not permanent because it will corrode at some point. I mean, it will. It's not meant for this. So what I'm going to do today, a little bit by little bit, and I'll try to show it, is we're going to get these floors straightened out, because we need some kind of floor. And then maybe we'll get going and get the front clip on this sucker at one point. That'd be neat. I may take the front clip apart. Might. I don't have to. And just I got new bushings and stuff for it, and the frame's all good around there. I may clean that up a little bit and paint it, but it is hot. It is really hot. Kayla's out there just soaking in the sun, and she's dark green, so it gets a little warm in there. But today, let's get on this floor. Let's try to get this patched up, and that way we got it done. And I'll use some treatment paint that I got. I don't know how long it takes to dry though. That's a problem. But yeah, instead of rambling on here, let me just get to it. I mean, I had this all cleaned up, but then I had to bring her seats and stuff in her console and just little things. But the stuff that we're going to be using today is all right there. I bought this off Amazon. We're going to try it. It's 2-in-1 rust conversion paint, and it was relatively inexpensive. They send a set of gloves and a little paintbrushy thing, and then underneath here, that is just another version of Kill Mat that I use, sound deadener. But let's roll out here. Oh God, it's like walking right into a sauna. Just smacks you right in the face. But I've been working on this here, getting this adjusted out. Did find the key. I don't know if I mentioned that on the video. It was underneath the carpet and it works. So I'm not changing these. We're just going to try to find a trunk lock. I'll just have 3 keys. It's just the way it is. But I did get this thing adjusted out, so it shuts pretty good. A lot better than it did. Need to grease it up yet. Got the window in there correctly. Also got this so it works now. Greased it all up, and it does. It just needs to work a little bit. But my problem was when we went to shut the door. See how that hits? But then I got to thinking about it. If we got this up like this, and nope, now that's still hitting. I need to adjust this window down more. I need to take the adjustments down a hair. And now, whenever it closes, it closes. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about that. But got this gap pretty good. It's about the same as the other side. But yeah, I need to adjust on the window a little bit yet, but it'll work. Now, we gotta get to this. I think we'll take that paint stuff and just, you know, get this whole area good. And then I'll go do the other side, and then we'll work on getting the floor in here. I still haven't found a steering column. I don't really have a choice but to find one, so it is what it is. 78 and back is what I gotta find. 79 has a different hookup at the bottom at your intermediate shaft down there. But yeah, I'm just gonna get to work on this and get that other goddamn door open, because it is warm in here. Been playing with her too. I gotta get this thing changed out. The regulator is bad in here. Same thing that happened to that one. But we'll get this thing swapped out sometime today. I won't show that on camera. And then we're taking this one to 4th of July celebrations, because the air works really, really good. Anyway, let's burn our ass up on this thing. Holy balls, man. It is so hot out there. I just wanted to get one done. I'm going to show you real quick. Hopefully the camera don't fog up. I've been through so many towels just wiping sweat off me that it is hot. I got no breeze on that side of the garage. You go over here by the pool, it's breezy. But let me show you what I'm doing. I decided not to use the paint on stuff for this because it takes 2 to 4 hours to dry. I don't have that kind of time. So, you know, patience is a virtue for most, but not for me, because I want to get this shit over with. I got other things to do, right? So let me show you real quick where we're at. Probably shouldn't have done it this way. I probably should not have used a spare piece that I had, but let me show you. Walking out of the garage. You gonna fog? Nope, it ain't fogged yet. But anyway, I use my spray rust converter, and then I just got these little self tappers. I messed that one up. That was my fault. But you just get this thing in place, get it where you want it to start, and then just beat it into place. Now, this over here, I got nothing to hook to, so I'm going to take a piece of something and go along here over to here, and then screw it up to it, probably from the bottom. And then you're going to say, but look at all the holes, all the air's going to get through. No, I got spray foam. I'm going to go underneath and spray foam all underneath there, and then maybe put some something over the top of that too. And then you got to remember, I'm going to have like sound deadening all across that, so nothing's getting through there at all. But that's what I'm doing. It is so hot. I have decided something before I move on. I'm going to go in the house and cool down, and then I'm going to have Amber shave all this hair off. That's the original reason I cut all my hair off. I used to have really long hair in my back, and when we started doing this stuff, it got too hot. I'm getting old, you know. You can really see the age on me now with my gray old beard. But anyway, I'm going to go get a quick zap of the hair, and then I'll be back out here and we'll keep going. Maybe that sun will move over to the other side. God damn, it is right there, and it is hot. I could put my tarp thing up, I guess, but pain in the ass. I'll be back. So much better. That's the way I usually am in the summer anyway. I cannot believe that I actually left that when we went out west. But now, also did something else. Aiden come out here and help me. I'm old, it's hot, things have to be done. Yep, sun is right there. So whenever it decides to come out of the clouds, this thing's up, kind of, you know. I can't believe that door it just opens. Been like that for how long, and I just fixed it. Anyway, back where we were talking about, I usually take stuff like that and we'll mold her into place, and then I'm going to put another piece of metal across that way, and then I'll snuff it all up with some good old spray foam. I'm not going to put a lot. That's about all I'm going to put in. A couple up there in the front once I push it down, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to put this way. I only got one license plate left. I guess I could use it, wouldn't kill it. Just put a license plate across from there to there, bend it, and then whenever I get spray foam in it, this will be screwed down. Whenever I get spray foam in there, it'll be nice and tight. But that's how I did the ambulance, guys. Right there is the top of the bolt for the damn cross member, because they got them in upside down. But I'm not messing with that right now. But this stuff's easy. You can just push it up and I can get on that. It's no big deal. Yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. Fantastic. Took me a little bit of license plate, made me a bracket. Missed every single hole, but we'll just leave them screws in there. One little spot up there. Then all that leaves is underneath, and we'll spray foam the shit out of it. That's just how it's got to be done when you don't have the right parts. And this thing's pretty much just going to be a race car its whole life anyway, so maybe someday if Zeppy wants to put a floor in it or something, but that's how we're going to do it. I'm not going to spray foam though until I got them all ready. That way I can just get them done. God dang it. That's the only bad thing about working with this shit. You will get cut. I'm cut everywhere. Probably wear gloves. I don't know. Anyway, on to the next side. So when cutting the perfect floor, it's important that you have the right tool, a marker, and a tape measure, especially if you can't measure worth a shit. So I know that it's right around 23 long, 20 wide. That'll get me up on the sides and down. You gotta be real particular about it, which means make one mark and then you eyeball it. By the way, the strongest line, and it'll fold better in there if you do it with the ribs going that way. Expensive tools. It's a roundabout rough estimate, and this is where you're going to end up cutting yourself a lot if you're not careful. But look at there. Well, I'm done. Whoop. There's a rear floor. There we go. Perfect cut. Nope. It's really bad. This just goes like that. Get it in there. Way up in there. And you want this edge to bend against there, and it's going to make all kinds of racket, but that's just how it goes. And then you start, after you get all your crap out of the way, none of this we don't need anymore, it's all gone. But now I just take said mallet right here, my big Dowmy El Kabong, and I'll beat her into place. And you do that. Find your break point. Make sure this is up against here. Don't take this out or nothing, because you'd hate to break it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at that. Oh, she's going up on me. Nope, get down there. Look at that. Perfect floor pan. Now, once the El Kabong has done its job, that's when you bring in the real ball peen. I need something over here to lay on, but that's a good floor right there. Covers up that mess. It's like it never happened. Now you can put your screws in there. Beat her in the edges there. There you go. Now we can put our screws in there, and that'll hold that down, and then you can beat the rest of it back here so it will fit. Look at that. Just like that. It our floor. Then we take out our little screws. Them right there. Now obviously we need it to be to this side, so get this down to where you want it. Boom, and there's your hold. There, all screwed in. Now we have a floor. And once we put the kill mat, again, the sound deadening stuff, you won't even notice. That side I wish I'd have got a little bit bigger size, but we can fix that. But this was perfect. That's great. It's still rusty underneath, but who cares? Right, Bubba? Mm-hmm. All right, that's exactly right. What is that?
I don't know.
Is those fans?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That Mom's been hanging on Temu a little too much, huh? Yeah, all the free stuff she gets for one little buy, and but we did get a new bug zapper. That is the first time I've heard bug zappers actually zap them. It sounded like a freaking war going on out here last night, didn't it? Besides the fireworks, but All right, now I got to get the rest of this cleaned up, and I'll get this cleaned out, and we'll do these back ones. And this right here, I'm not real sure. That sucks, that right there, but we'll get it cleaned up. And then we get on to the spray foaming. Yay, spray foam. Okay, so I got me a piece cut and it fits real well. This will have to go over the seat bolts. Well, this one's broke off in it, and I know that's not going to come out. There is no way, and I don't think I got a strong enough drill bit. I'm sure that's a grade 8 bolt. So what I'm going to do is get my air hammer out, and I'm just going to beat the shit out of it. That's the only other way, I think, and we'll just put a bolt through it with a nut. This side, I did come up to here, and I'll take me a little piece of that, that right there, and stick over that. And again, we'll hit it from the bottom with spray foam. The problem with spray foam is whatever moisture's in there, it's going to keep. So it's not good on the floors, okay? Just so everybody yelling and screaming at the screen right now, yeah, it's not good for rust. It will actually keep it in there. Now, if I wanted to, you can get all the floors for this thing fairly cheap, and we still might. You know, it's still a Z28, a 4-speed Z28 at that. But for this, you know, it's just our vehicle. We want to take on a long trip and drag race it and have a little fun. So for now, the reason I'm actually putting this in, it isn't to stop the rust or make new floors. It's basically to keep whatever's outside from coming in to us. And temporarily permanent, maybe, I don't know, but it'll do its job, you know, kind of like Artemis has. Artemis has done its job. That's the other one I did just like this, and it was 10 times worse. I thought this one was worse, but it's not. I just saw old pictures of it. If I can find them, I'll put them on here. There was nothing but the hump left in Artemis, okay? Barely a hump at that. I had to use bolts with nuts on the back side to hold it to it because the self-tappers wouldn't grab, and I made my own brackets, like bracing, kind of like I did with this over here, but a lot more significant. So let me get my air hammer, and I'm gonna see if I can't just knock that whole block out of there. Hopefully it'll pop out, and then, like I said, we'll just have to put a bolt through that side. All the rest of them are good. But we'll go do that, and we'll get this down on there, and then I'll do the other one, and then it's time to start spray foaming. I mean, that's how I do this. A lot of people are like, you're a fucking moron for doing that, but I'll be driving this car before, you know, months and months and months of floor job as a regular guy that works for a living, 12, 16 hours a day. And then I'm trying to do this on the weekends and do paperwork for my trucking. The big dogs, they're wanting some money, and I got to make sure I got it all right, or all this goes away. That's great. It ain't that bad. It's working out very, very, very well, matter of fact. But all right, let me get my air hammer out, see if I can knock this thing out. I might want to get me some earplugs or something. It's gonna be loud in here. So yeah, it wasn't agreeing with me when I was using my air hammer or anything else to do it, so it can't be stuck if it's melted, I guess. Fixed. There we go. I got one of these little things left, so I'm gonna have to go to the other style, but that's fine. There's the holes for the seat. And beat that thing down to where it's flush. This license plate's holding the body together. Basically, it was splitting. It's fine. Again, styrofoam underneath. We'll seal it up. I just don't want any exhaust fumes or anything in here. Now, this back here is a bigger problem. You can clean that up. Not exactly how sure to do this. That's styrofoam. Styrofoam through the window, through the wheel well, damn it. And I'm not exactly sure how to do this one. I guess we'll put that. Take this little piece, stick it on there. That'll be good enough. Again, I just want it to block. That's it. So we'll do that. We'll just stick that on there like that. Again, it's going to be a styrofoam from underneath, but that'll work. So I'm just going to fill that hole with styrofoam. So I did the cutlass in the back. It'll be fine. Then I got to worry about that side. So this side done. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I got an idea for that, and we'll just get all this shit out of the way. Well, so there we go. Be good. Kind of moving, cleaning stuff around. This one was worse than that one. So there's two in here. There's one underneath this one, and like I said, I'll just have to get it with the spray foam to seal it. But it's sharp and it sucks, but we'll get that taken care of when we put the stuff on top of it. And it's solid. I mean, you can get these little bumpy things right there, but once you get this stuff on top of this, it'll stop. The only thing I got left now is, what do I do with that? Probably nothing, actually. I don't think I'm going to do anything with it. And get those two back sides done, and then we get the spray foam out. Actually, you know, I might put the stuff on it before we do the spray foam. Whew. Swim was good. I'm on my third pair of clothes today. Finally. It's just warm instead of like swamp ass deluxe. So I come out here and I just wanted to get some stuff done before we got all our 4th of July festivities, stuff like that. Might rain tonight, so that might get rained out. Hopefully not. That'd be terrible because I think they had something pretty special for us here. Anyway, I'd like to show you something. I'm putting my mat down. What hole? There ain't no hole in that floor. Look at that. Look at that. Huh? Solid as a rock. The only reason I haven't done up there or right here yet is because I'm going to go over there and start over there now. That way it gets back as far, and then we see how much we have left. This is 80 mil. Should be plenty in there for this car. But then whatever we got left, then I'll cut and put up there, and we'll put some up on the wall up in there because all that shit fell out. It stunk. And then we'll make sure we got the whole back done before we do that, or under the seat. Okay, I'm not going to touch this. I'll work my way from the front to the middle and from the back to the middle, and that way if we have to, we can get some more. It's a lot cheap. This is the same shit, it's just cheaper. It's cheaper than Kilmat, and it's the exact same thing. It's just not cut as well. It's kind of all stuck together in here. But whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna get to that other side. Well, I forgot to put a couple hold screws in here, so we'll throw a couple of these little ones I have. We don't have any anything holding that to that up there. We need to change that. Let's put a few up in here. Did that break off? That son of a bitch broke off. There we go. On there. And one up. Like that. There we go. And just like that. Now, get my stuff over here. This shit, I gotta get out of here. It's junk. That all goes to the HVAC. We ain't gonna be using that. Get this out of the way. That goes to the door light. Oh, coming apart. Yeah, this shit, it's stuck together. But you just peel the back of it off. You're supposed to use a roller or whatever, but yeah, you don't need that shit. Hold on. This stuff stinks. There we go. I just stick it on just like that. And then you just take your knuckles or your fist or your hand. Just get it down tight. I mean, if you want it to look super pretty, I wouldn't know why you would. You're never going to see it. It's going to be near the carpet. But this will also help seal all that. But you want to start in the middle and then work your way sideways, because I'll end up putting them sideways this way. But just make sure you get it overlapped. Don't have to be straight, just overlapped. There we go. Keep going back. I mean, if you're gonna sit there and make ado about getting it perfect, you're on the wrong channel, buddy. You're watching the wrong channel. This is basically to shield us from heat and exhaust noise. That's all it's for. And I screwed that up. Will that come up? It will. It will. Sweet. This is what I did to Artemis. And that thing is solid. Okay. And we got all those. Jesus. Oh, I grabbed two. Now, we'll go this way with it. Well, it's messing with me. Need to stick it up under there. Should have just took that damn thing out of there. But there we go. Yeah, I'm starting to sweat again, so that's nice. Now I got a strip right there I need, but we're gonna hold off on that. I want to make sure we got enough for the back. So let me get the back all done, and I'll get back to you guys in just a moment. What floor holes? There ain't no floor holes in this car. Look at that. Now, unless you get underneath this car and start going through it, you're gonna see nothing. I am gonna order another box though, because I want to replace all the crap that's on the firewall. I want to take that off, and I want to be able to do that whole thing and that back. I want this thing completely sealed up. But yeah, now I can actually lay on the floor again, work underneath the dash when we go to get that done. Got a buddy that found one. He's going to ship it to me cheap. Now we just got to fix all the holes. Now, how do we fix all the holes I can't get to with this? Spray foam. Well, the remnants of fixing all the holes. I went inside and ate, and now I'm just kind of back out. The fenders are completely separated from this floor, so I just went ahead and did that and that, and those are holes. And what I'll do is I'll shave those off whenever it's good and set. But that should be all the holes. I got all them in there. I'll have to take those off of there, but you just got to shave it down is all you can do. But that should be all the holes that would, gases or water or heat. We don't need anything coming up through here into the cab while we're going down the road. Plus we'd like this to be dry, because this is where we're keeping our shit. But yeah, well, that weather is catching up. That's why I was in a hurry. I didn't film it. This spray can. So I'm going to close up shop for the evening. And now the waiting game comes. I got a bunch of stuff ordered that will be here in the next week or so. I'm going to keep on working on this thing a little bit, little things, just little bit by little bit. I need to get the garage cleaned out. That way I can do some more work in there. We may end up pulling this motor back out. I'm not sure. Depends on how frisky we get. But I'd like to get all this over here set up now. That way we can get the nose put back on it. I got to figure out a way to do the battery. I don't have any inner fender wells, and I kind of don't want any. So maybe we'll put an AGM battery in here and mount it sideways. That's an option. I do have the room on the nose to put a bracket that'll hold it sideways. I had no idea you could do that. My neighbor does that apparently, and he told me that's what you do. Okay, but we don't necessarily need fender wells in here. May put them in, I know where a set are. But yeah, now we'll start to get busy. I get this steering column out of here, and we'll get all this set up here, and we'll be ready to really dig in on this thing. I just want to make sure I got the floor set up and the door set up. Got a windshield for it we got to get put in. So yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. That's probably going to be it for this one, guys. I am gonna work on this again tomorrow, but I'll start a new video. Just little bit by little bit is what we're doing. It's the only way I can do it. So I appreciate you watching. Please go buy some merch at our Printify store. Trying to get a change on that to be given, done by somebody that just does it right out of house, like a local, well, not local to me, but local. And now it's starting to rain. Here it comes. I got cleaning up to do. Anyway, I appreciate all the sponsors. You know who you are. Might try a different, I don't know what we're gonna do with this thing as far as a fuel system. Might just leave it carbureted, might not. I don't know. I'm just kind of out of my head because I got so many things going on at once, and plus it's raining, and hopefully this is it so we can still have our 4th of July celebration. But guys, I appreciate you watching. I know this is not a full build video. I can't do that because I work for a living, so that's just how it goes, man. So I'm sorry if you thought that this was going to be a quick build and throw it out. No. I don't even have a shop. There, you're out in the rain. Now you're not out, you're not in the rain. This is where I do it. Might jack up that Trans Am, start working on that too. That thing, I'd really, because if we can't take her, we can take her. If I can get that fixed in the back, the torque boxes. But I'm rambling on, guys. Appreciate the sponsors. Go check out the Printify store. Got that part in there. We also have a Cash App now that if you want to donate $5 or $10 or whatever for me and Zeffy to do this kind of stuff, it'll be down in the description too. You guys, I hope you had a great 4th of July for our 250th anniversary of being the best fucking country the world has ever seen.